Do you know what this is? You probably don't. I mean, it's just an orange N64 card, right? Well, this is called a summer card. For those who don't know, which is probably most of you watching, the summer card is the most recent and the best N64 flash card. It's open source, anyone can make it. But anyways, the other day, I was chilling at home when I randomly remembered that, hey, the summer card has 64DD support. You see, you can load unmodified 64DD disk images in this thing and actually play the games as if you had a real 64DD. You can save and everything. It literally just works. So why don't I try out some games? And so I did. And the one that I was the most interested in was Mario Artist Polygon Studio. As you probably know, I have been on and off making Mario 64 and Zelda mods for a few years, and this meant learning 3D modeling in Blender from scratch. So the idea of a 3D modeling program, game, whatever, for N64 was fascinating. I just had to try it. So I dumped my copy of the game and booted it up, and I spent around 20 minutes trying to navigate these super fancy menus without any idea what anything says, since sadly I do not understand Japanese. So after accidentally entering whatever this mode is and failing to find the option to actually create a 3D model, I decided to look if there was an English translation of the menu somewhere online, you know, where someone posted what each option meant in English. And I found something better. There's a full-on English patch of the game. Yep. Why didn't I check before? I don't know. So with that, I booted the game in beautiful English, and finally I could navigate the menus. I found the free modeling option and started playing with it. And while I was modeling, I thought to myself, dude, what if I make a Mario 64 level with this? Nah, there's no way though. I mean, how will I be able to extract the 3D model out of the save file? There's no way anyone has... Oh! Well, okay, let's say I compile this 10-year-old program that only works on Linux, and I get the 3D model. The 3D model will probably be some ancient closed source format, so there's no way anyone made a tool for... Oh! And just like that, I realized this is actually possible. I can make a Mario 64 level on my N64 using Polygon Studio. Now, let me address the elephant in the room real quick. Yes, I know Mario Builder 64 exists. It's really cool, I love it, it's excellent. But I still think the idea of making a full-on 3D model on N64 and then turning that into a Mario 64 level is still an idea that has some merit. Alright, let's get to work. First of all, let's model something. So the first thing I want to check actually is how much space do I have to work with, so I know how big my level can be. The first thing I see is that there is a polygon limit, but I don't think that will be a problem. I'm not really trying to make a complex stage, because to be honest, I don't really have a way to place objects or anything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this entire thing, and I'm going to move it. So here, move, and now I'm going to move it on, oh no, this axis, I guess. And I hit the limit like instantly. Let me zoom out. So as you can see, there's like barely any space here to work with. So that's not really an issue, because when I import the level into the game, I can set the scale or the size of the level whatever I want, right? So if I have very little space to work with, that just means the level has to be smaller in relation to Mario. So what I'm going to do is just pretend like the level is huge. So for example, I'm going to make this cube really tiny, and now when I import it into the game later, I'm just going to set the scale of the stage to be really big, so that the cube is actually big in relation to Mario. So now I'm just going to zoom in and pretend like this tiny ass cube is actually huge. Right, so I'm thinking about what I want to do. I feel like I don't really have many options here other than to make a linear level, at least for the first attempt. So with that in mind, what I'm going to do is put this cube on one of the corners of the level. This is actually pretty hard to control, I'm being honest. Right. So now I'm thinking I want to do like a wall kick section. So basically, Mario starts here, you jump here, and then you jump here. Not very exciting. I'm going to add a little wall kick section now. Right, so what I'm trying to find out is how can I cut the cube. I don't think that's a thing you can do. You can cut edges though. What I want to do is make this smaller. Yeah. And now I'm going to copy this for later. Green. Okay. This will be useful for later. And now I am going to select this face and I'm going to move it in this axis, like so. And now I'm going to extrude. There we go. Okay. And now I'm going to not select that and extrude up. Yeah, like that. So now Mario jumps from the slope to here and then wall kicks up. Nice. So if you start the wall kick here, it would probably be 1 wall kick, 2 wall kicks, 3 wall kicks, and you will land up there. Well, I'm just going to make this really tall so you don't fall off the edge easily. If it wasn't clear, this is really hard to use and very awkward and old and awful, but that's why it's funny, right? Nice little platforming challenge. Well, it's not really a challenge, but you know, I'm making it in Polygon Studio, give me a break, you know? I should probably have like a base platform that I just copy and paste constantly. So I'm going to make that now. Right, so I created this and I'm going to copy it. And now every time I want to create a new whoa, nope. Only this, please. So now every time I want to create a new platform, I can just copy this. So I'm seeing that you can spawn in a few like shapes. One of them is an N64 controller. That's funny. So why don't we add an N64 controller to our scene? Why not? There it is, the N64 controller. I'm going to move this. Whoa, this is lagging now. I have barely anything and it's lagging a lot. Okay, so now Mario has to jump to the N64 controller. And then what? Let's look at the shapes. This is funny. Wait, what? I just noticed. This is more than half of the polygon limit already. I can barely do anything. Wow. Here's what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to delete the buttons on the controller, try to save on some triangles, maybe. Okay, now the N64 has no buttons, and we have a few more triangles available. Not many though. Oh, I forgot to delete. Well, that's slightly better. Actually, I guess what I can do also is delete the faces below the controller, because I don't really think you will be able to see them anyways. Apparently there's a limit on how many faces you can select at once. What? No way. Why? Can you not delete faces? No way. What? There's actually no way that's true. You're kidding. Well, I guess that makes sense. They don't want you to have holes in the model. Except that doesn't make sense. Okay. Wait, you can delete faces, but it immediately like merges it together. Huh? What? This is messed up. Sure, why not? I'm going to delete as many faces as I can get away with, because you can't see anything here anyways. Sure. This is awful, by the way. I hate it. Okay. So I think we can't really... So I'm thinking we can't really use this feature very much, because like I spawn... Oh, there's more. Okay, I'm definitely going to spawn in a star. The star is going to be the quote-unquote star at the end of the level. But I can't really spawn anything. No comment. I can't really spawn many things here because it will eat into my polygon budget too much. I would love to spawn Mario in, but that's going to destroy my budget. Yeah, no way, not happening. Sorry. It's almost as if the N64 was an old console and not very powerful by today's standards or something. Okay, so I feel like I should try to make something a bit more complex on my own. I mean, without using the pre-made shapes. Could I make like a hole that you have to try not to fall into? I wonder. Right. So now I am going to make this bit tilted. Okay, so now I'm going to move this down. And that looks awful, actually. Yeah, sure, why not? Right, so the idea here is that you jump onto the slope, and then from the slope you jump onto the cube. Of course, will this actually work in game? I don't know, we'll see. You know what? I want to spawn another thingy from here. Dude, a snake. You have to walk on top of the snake. This will be awful. I love it. I can already feel how awful this will be. And I love it. Right, and now I'm going to hopefully select the star. Can I do that? With the polygons I have left? Yes! Yes, I can. Okay, so I'm going to move the star up. This is running horribly. This is like 2 FPS, it's awful. Oh. Well, that's not great. I know why it's happening. I know exactly why this is happening. I don't know how to fix it in this shitty program. I think I have no choice but to do it like this and then join the pieces back together. Okay, that kind of looks like a star, kinda, sorta. Cool! So this is our level. Mario starts here, jumps here, jump kicks up here, and then jumps here, jumps to the S64 controller, then jumps here, jumps here, jumps here. Then Mario has to slide on the slope and jump there, and then then he has to walk on the snake, which is going to be awful. And then we quote unquote collect the star, and that's it. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to paint it, because I don't want it to be all white in game. So I have never actually used the paint part of it at all, so I'll have to figure it out. I'm going to start by making the star yellow. Hell yeah. Nice. I just noticed that I moved this cube way away from where it's supposed to be, so I'll have to fix that. But anyways. Okay, this is going to look funny. I'm going to make it look like a kid painted all over it. You know what? I'm going to try to paint the buttons. Perfect. Oh my god, what? Why is this actually so cool? And an M, why not? Perfect. So we have painted our level. All I have to do now is I'm going to move that cube back where it belongs, and then I will import this level into Mario 64. Okay, apparently I cannot edit the model after painting it, or the paint goes away. So I guess we will just not use the cube that I accidentally moved. So let's save our model. I actually saved it already and I forgot to record it, so I'm just going to save it again and overwrite it. Here it is. Yep. Yep. And there it is, it's saved now. Now I'm going to turn off my N64 and put the microSD into my computer and import the level into Mario 64. Alright, so here I have the files from my SD card. This is the game, and the file for the game itself also contains the save data, because that's how 64DD games work. So I'm just going to copy this over to where I have this program. And this program is the tool I mentioned earlier that lets me extract the save data from the game. I had to compile it myself, but it was fine, it was very easy. So now all I have to do is run it, and it extracted all the data. And yeah, this is our model. So now all I have to do is import it into Blender. So I'm going to open this blend file. Right, I just have to run the script. File, import. This is the file type for Mario Polygon Studio. And paste it here. And this is our file. Import. And there it is. Now all I have to do is set this up so that it's a Mario 64 level with a level root and an area root. And then after that I will convert all the materials into fast 3D material while keeping all the colors and everything. and then it's ready for importing. Okay, so I fixed all the materials, I made the stage bigger, and now it's ready for exporting. And now I set the test level to be my new level. I'm going to compile it. This is not it. I'm going to compile it. And now I'm going to test it on my N64 and see what happens. Okay, I'm about to turn on my N64 and let's see what happens. And there it is, our level. Here it is. The model we made in Polygon Studio running in Mario 64, including the stupid cube that I accidentally moved. Let's try to beat it. Here's the N64 controller with all the buttons and everything. Stupid star thingy. Will this work? Whoop, skill issue, sorry. Okay, let's see where it is. And now, this is going to be awful walking on the snake. Let's see. It's not, okay. I was about to say it's not too bad. No, no! Okay, let's see. No. Oh. There we go. And here we are. And yeah, we beat our level made in Mario Artist Polygon Studio. It's so cool to think that I made this model on my N64 and now it's running on my N64 in Mario 64. That's so cool actually. It's such a wild concept actually. I think this idea could be taken a step further. Someone smarter than me could make it so Mario 64 can read the files straight from Mario Artist Polygon Studio. And if someone did that, then possibly you wouldn't even have to leave the N64 at any point. But that's up for someone else to take the challenge. I'm not going to do it. But anyways, if you like the video, please like and subscribe because I have other projects coming and I think you will like them. And yeah, see you.